I'm Hannah Weiss, the Education Manager at the Science Museum of Western Virginia, and this is your moment of STEM. And this week, I'd like to talk about Ebola. So I am really excited to talk about Ebola. However, it is kind of a terrifying virus. So Ebola, it's a filovirus, which means that it looks kind of like my friend here. It has this shape and structure. There are 5 different species or strains of the Ebola virus, 4 of which directly impact human life. And right now it's in the news because there's an outbreak occurring in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this outbreak is kind of terrifying for a couple of reasons. One reason that it's kind of scary is that most of the first cases were in a large city, and one that had easy access by transportation to a mega city. It's also kind of pretty scary because of the species or strain of the Ebola virus that these individuals have been affected by. And that's the Zaire Ebola virus, which has the highest mortality rate. Depending upon the studies you read, it is somewhere between a 60 and a 90% mortality rate. So the potential impact to human life is huge. However, for the first time ever, at the beginning of an outbreak, we also have a vaccine. We have, and this vaccine has a huge long name. It's called the RVSVZEBOV vaccine. All those letters together mean recombinant vesicular stomatitis Zaire Ebola virus vaccine, which basically just means that they took a virus, have changed it so that when they immunize individuals with it, it helps them kind of react and be ready for the Zaire Ebola virus. Now, it's not FDA approved yet. It's actually being used kind of in an experimental capacity, and we don't have a lot of it. So what they're doing is they're vaccinating healthcare workers, individuals who have had contact with people who are infected, and people who have had contact with those people. It's something called a ring vaccination strategy. And the hope is that by using this, they can stop this virus in its tracks. We're also using techniques and strategies which we learned in the last major outbreak. In fact, healthcare workers who survived that outbreak are coming and training healthcare workers involved in this current outbreak. So, out of all the outbreaks in recent history, we have the potential to really stop this one, perhaps the most potential that we have ever had. However, one thing that I find the most fascinating about the Ebola virus is that there was actually an outbreak of one of those strains here in the United States. Actually, it was in Reston, Virginia, so not too far away from where I'm standing right now. So, remember how I said there were 4 strains that really impacted human life? One of the other strains, the one that doesn't, is the Reston Ebola virus. Now, this strain doesn't, as far as we know, impact people. However, there was a huge outbreak of it in Reston, Virginia. And as a result of that outbreak, we've really changed a lot of procedures that we use for laboratory animals. So I'm Hannah Weiss from the Science Museum of Western Virginia, and I think viruses are so cool.